Truman. We have Holden doing tap dancing. I'm just kidding, spoken word. How you doing, guys? Not many people know what spoken word is. Spoken word is basically, I'd say my words. It's a big fact with a whole bunch of it's a big, how do you say that? Speech with a whole bunch of facts in it about one topic. So, I'm going to begin. This is by Sully Breaks. Basically, here we go. Alright. Put your hand up if you work a 9 to 5 or a 5 to 9. Or just any job which you don't enjoy, but takes up half your time. Well, hopefully, in a couple of months, weeks, days, years' time, you'll be able to come back to this, hear that first line, and keep your hand down. Because there's nothing wrong with making an honest living. But be honest, are you honestly living? With this mental job, which allows you just to stay afloat, yes, a job, which leaves you just over broke. Living your life just for the weekend. Living life just for the weekend. Because the other 5 days belongs to your manager. You see, there's a big difference between a job and a career. Because in a career, no matter how many hours you work, you do it for the satisfactory. But in a job, you do it for a salary. Because you're stuck in the rat race, and being stuck in the rat race is one of the biggest traps. Because as a matter of fact, even if you win the rat race, you're still just a rat. See, I understand the need to have a job temporarily, but pursue a career eventually, because in my job, I used to sell at least 200 shoes a day, and none of that was ever reflected in my pay. One of my colleagues once made the company $5 grand in 1 month, and you know what he got? An email, a 20-pound discount voucher, and a complimentary lunch. And you think you're safe because your job is commission-based, until you've been working there for 3 years, and the secretary with a short skirt gets a promotion because her and her boss went for dinner real late. I'm sure you can relate, but wait. Now in 3 years I've had 6 jobs, and that made me think that long term I could never be happy working on one of these jobs. And I used to have a rich uncle called Steve, and they say the apple don't fall far from the tree. So maybe subconsciously I was trying to get one of Steve's jobs. I understand more than anyone that a job allows you to pay the bills, make ends meet, and survive. But exactly what is surviving, not living? I hope you're aware of the difference. It's like when you hear but don't listen. But you can hear good advice, but if you don't hear it, it does no benefit to your system. The same way only knowledge with application is wisdom. I hope you're creating the distinction. In my family we have a saying. It says, if you really want to grow trees, pray for rain, but don't neglect to water your dream, or don't neglect to water your seeds, chase your dreams. Because I wrote this on the back of a pay slip, on a late shift, on a gray shift, or a slave shift, for makeshift wages. Google the term corporate sharecropping, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. If somebody wants to do these jobs, then let them. And from the bottom of my heart, I respect them, because I once met a garbage man who was the happiest man I've ever met. But don't become a slave to a paycheck. Because the job is a safe net, the con in which the system uses to screw you, and none of us will be here if everyone practiced safe sex. Stand tall. And if you're not sure if you're building someone else's dream, maybe this will help. You will recognize your own path when you come upon it, because you will suddenly have all the energy and imagination you will ever need. And don't be afraid to interview, because it's not how much change you make, it's about how much change you make. Because a business that makes nothing but money is a poor business. Thank you.